This is the GIS Evening Report for Tuesday, June 18th, 2024. I am Rakisha St. Louis. In the headlines, Prime Minister and Minister for National Security says stiffer penalties will be imposed on the expiration of gun amnesty. We'll have details to this story and more when we return.
This June marks government's second year in office. Let's reflect together in a series of town hall meetings, discussing and planning for the next year and beyond. St. Patrick, we're coming your way first on Monday, June 10th at MacDonald College. Then it's St. Andrew the following Monday, June 17th at the Deluxe Cinema in Grenville. On Wednesday, June 19th, we journey to the sister Isle of Carriacou at the Hillsborough Government School. And it all culminates in St. George on Monday, June 24th at the Boca Secondary School. All meetings start at 7 p.m. Your voice matters, and we want to hear from you. Join us in this engaging and informative series of discussions as we work towards a better future together. Don't miss out on this opportunity to engage with your government officials. Also live on GIS, Channel 22. Together, we can work towards a brighter future. See you there.
Welcome back. Prime Minister and Minister for National Security Honorable Deacon Mitchell says stiffer penalties are on the way for gun crimes when the gun amnesty expires on July 31st. That assurance during Monday's town hall meeting at the Deluxe Cinema to commemorate his administration's second year in office. The Houses of Parliament will debate and pass the Firearms Amendment Bill in August, which will see an increase in fines and imprisonment sentences. Prime Minister Mitchell says for the first 6 months of the year, members of the Royal Grenada Police Force have intercepted 35 firearms, which is not part of the amnesty count. The gun amnesty allows owners to surrender illegal firearms to the relevant authorities without facing penalties.
Please encourage our citizens to hand over the firearm. The carrot has been extended. It ends on the 31st of July. On the 1st of August, we'll pass the Firearms Amendment Bill. We are going to Parliament to debate it next week, Tuesday and Wednesday. The changes to the sentencing for persons caught with unlawful firearms are going to be draconian. And I want to give an example of what we mean. The sentences are going to move from fines and 6 months imprisonment to minimum of 5 and 10 years imprisonment, to in some cases 20 and 40 years maximum imprisonment. This is the opportunity to voluntarily hand over the firearms.
Prime Minister Mitchell announced that government, the police force and other stakeholders will adopt a zero-tolerance approach toward gun-related crimes.
If you want to shoot as a sport, there's a gun rifle association. You can join the gun rifle association. You can have a proper licensed firearm and you can engage in shooting, archery, or whatever they call it, as a sport. But outside of that, there really is no need for firearms in a small place like Grenada. And I think we have seen with our own eyes, and we felt the pain of young men in particular, senselessly killing each other for no good reason. And the young men are somebody's sons, nephews, in some cases fathers, because they are leaving young children without a father. So yes, the penalties are going to be draconian because we have given an opportunity for the firearms to be handed in. I want to take the opportunity to commend the Royal Grenada Police Force for the tremendous job that they've done in almost solving at 100% the recent spate of gun-related homicides.
Residents of St. Andrew and surrounding areas will soon be able to fully utilize the sporting facility at Progress Park. Honorable David Andrew says the park will be lit and plans are in train to reconstruct it into a mini stadium in accordance with international standards. Many sporting events have been held at the facility over the years, including intersecondary school games, athletic meets, and football, among others. Senator Andrew told the gathering at Monday's town hall meeting at Deluxe Cinema that government intends to take advantage of the facility, which is already an internationally recognized field. The scheduled work to be done at Progress Park is among projects mentioned by the Minister for the constituency of St. Andrew Southeast.
One of the reasons why we have not hurried along and done Progress Park as quickly as some of the other little fields that probably up and down, you know, you have some fields that kind of up and down, but they're still lit, right? It's another story. But one of the reasons why we have not rushed with that kind of speed for Progress Park, because Progress Park is an international standard ground. You hear me? When Grenada hosts international teams, one of the few grounds in Grenada that can be used as practice grounds for international teams is Progress Park. It's one of the better grounds in Grenada. Not so, Kerry? And Kerry's Ministry of Sports, he knows cricket, so he tell you yes. And so we can't just jump and put the same lights you're seeing in some of these small fields. We can't just jump and put that in Progress Park. It will not serve the purpose. So we have to make sure we get standard lights to international standards to ensure that when we host in South Africa or England, or we hosting some Bangladesh or one of the international teams, we can still do international matches there, and the lights will be up to that standard.
Andrew is optimistic that there are many benefits to be derived from upgrading the facility.
We want to do athletics with football inside, plus maintain the cricket, because we have a lot of good athletes. You see what happens at Intercall, right? Okay, let's not go there, David. But with all of this sporting talent, and Progress Park is still the home of Lime FC Paradise FC, right? So we have all of this sporting talent, so we want to make sure. I think to not develop the potential of Progress Park to a full-blown mini stadium would be to underutilize the potential. So bear with us while we negotiate all of these things to get a quality international standard lighting and to contemplate the the stadium.
This is the GIS Evening Report. We'll have more news after the break.
Violence is never the answer. Let's talk it out. We need a safe space for our children to grow up, so let us respect each other. You see this little light of mine? I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna keep it burning, for the children is looking on. So let's take advantage of the gun amnesty in full effect until July 30th. Remember, the answer is love. A message from the Ministry of National Security. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna keep it burning.
The gun amnesty remains in effect until July 30th. A message from the Ministry of National Security.
Welcome back. The Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Forestry and Marine Resources wants to boost a number of programs of direct benefit to the nation as part of its food enhancement and security drive. This was disclosed by Permanent Secretary in the Ministry, Isaac Bagwan, at the recent meeting with European Union officials. He said the Ministry is aiming at projects in collaboration with the EU to the value of over 19 million euros, approximately 50 million EC dollars.
The European delegation, they are working through CARICOM to fund this project is approximately $55 million. Over a 4-year period, which intends to commence in January 2025. This meeting is more or less like a scoping mission, looking at the whole area of food safety and food security. And as such, the key stakeholders within the Ministry of Agriculture were brought together so that we could look and see what is happening, where the gaps are, and how can we benefit from this particular project. Of course, looking at the institutional arrangements, the issues of procurement, the issues of rules and regulations, the issues of policies and gaps, etc. So it is really scoping and to be able to look at how we can put whatever structure we need to put in place so that we could benefit from this fund.
Several heads of department, including representatives from the Livestock, Agronomy, Fisheries Extension Division, Pest Management Unit, the Cooperatives Department of the Ministry, as well as the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council, attended the meeting to discuss how each department can build on particular areas of assistance with the hope of building Grenada's food security.
The other area of social protection, there would be a follow-up meeting with the relevant ministry to look at social protection, the policies, the fallouts, and where this project could assist in this regard. Because once you speak food security, then of course we need to look at vulnerability, we need to look at access and so. And of course, you're looking at it from a health perspective, you're looking at it from a perspective of foreign exchange and so. So there are a number of, as you know, that we do have a national agricultural policy. We do have the NSDP, so you have these different instruments. Of course, the CARICOM 25 by 25 initiative.
Dr. Florian Lutekin, team leader of the Partnership of Governance of the European Union, also shared on the European Union's engagement with the Ministry of Agriculture.
We are here on the invitation of the Permanent Secretary Isaac Bhagwan for the kick-off and a fact-finding mission for a new program in the fields of social security, social protection, and nutrition. So the objective is to foster cooperation between the European Union and the OECS countries, and particularly Grenada, to see what we can do together to improve the diets of our population, to find ways to better protect especially fisher folks, people who work in agriculture, smallholder farmers, for example, through agriculture.
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs marked the OECS Day with Colors Day today in collaboration with the Hospitality Department at the T.A. Marisho Community College. Member countries were encouraged to wear the OECS colors: green, white, navy blue, and yellow. The day is part of the 43rd anniversary activities that began earlier this month under the theme Advancing Together, Embracing Innovation for Sustainable Growth and Regional Integration. Hospitality students prepared cocktails and mocktails that represented the colors of the OECS. Foreign Affairs Minister Honorable Joseph Andel says as OECS celebrates its 43rd year, we must acknowledge the camaraderie and diversity of OECS member states. He also thanked the students at the T.A. Marisho Community College for their involvement in the celebration.
The OECS is all about harmonization. It's about collaboration in a number of fields. And as a group of small states, we have been able to achieve quite a lot in 43 years. Free movement of people and goods, indefinite stay in each other's countries with contingent rights attached, common currency, and so much more. Travel with national ID or voter ID card, driver's license without passport. And so the OECS is proving to be a beacon not only for the Caribbean but for the rest of the world. I wish the TAMCC students and staff continued success and pledge our support as government for all of your initiatives.
Finally, in the news, newly appointed Ambassador of the Federal Republic of Germany to Grenada, His Excellency Dr. Christoph Nicholas Eick, says climate action is one of his key areas of interest as he seeks to strengthen ties with Grenada. Ambassador Eick presented his letters of credence to Governor General Her Excellency Dame Cecile Grenada on Tuesday morning, during which time he expressed his enthusiasm and dedication to strengthening the ties between Grenada and Germany.
Germany and Grenada have been partners and close friends for many years. We share the values of democracy, human rights, and the rule of law. We have faith in multilateralism and work together in many fora, including in the United Nations. Development cooperation between our countries has been strong. Yesterday, I was able to visit some of the GIS projects on the island, in particular in the water sector. Just a few weeks ago, the UN SIDS IV conference reminded us of the fragility of the small island developing states. Germany wishes to be a partner in meeting the needs of Grenada and the Caribbean states. Your Excellency, as Special Envoy for Climate Issues in the Caribbean and bilateral ambassador resident in Port of Spain, I am eager to interact with your government.
Governor General Her Excellency Dame Cecile La Grenade thanked the ambassador for accepting this responsibility. Her Excellency also expressed her appreciation to the government and people of the Federal Republic of Germany for their climate change efforts through the GIZ and the provision of training and short-term courses for Grenadians.
A notable example to which €2,500,000 has been contributed by the German government is a project entitled Climate Resilience in Grenada's Water Sector. The aim of this project is to support adaptation measures that mitigate the adverse effects of climate change. Additionally, the German government has pledged a sum of €850,000 to assist Grenada in transforming its transport and energy sector towards a low-carbon and climate-resilient future. We thank you for this invaluable support. On behalf of His Majesty King Charles III and the government and people of Grenada, I am pleased to accept your credentials, accrediting you Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the Federal Republic of Germany to Grenada. I am happy to welcome you to Grenada and look forward to working with you in strengthening the relations between our two countries.
Grenada and Germany established diplomatic relations in 1974 and have maintained a relationship through the Embassy of Germany, located in Port of Spain, being accredited to Grenada. That story just ended the GIS Evening Report for today, Tuesday, June 18th. Let's recap the top story. Prime Minister and Minister for National Security says stiffer penalties will be imposed on expiration of gun amnesty. On behalf of the entire news and production team, I am Rakisha St. Louis saying thank you for joining us.